Hello everyone, this is Zweistein and this will be another Star Trek Armada Fleet Operations video tutorial. Uh, Today I am once again playing against my cousin. He will be my opponent. He is, as I've said in the last video, a bit weaker than me. He's still learning the basics of both strategy games and Starfleet command, or rather Starfleet operations. For today I'm going to be showing you the other Federation standard opener, that is the early Monsoon Intrepid spam opener with 2 shipyards rather than Starfleet command. This strategy is good for any game type and any map. It is a good generalist. Its main advantage being that it allows you to be a bit cheeky and grab a forward expansion rather than just immediately go for your natural expansion, as you'll be able to fortify your expansion very quickly with that shipyard. For this strategy is generally okay for both avatars, but since you will be building 2 small shipyards immediately, it means that it will keep you away from Reasoner's special ships for a bit longer time. It can still be good if you're planning on Akira rushing, or rather not Akira rushing but grabbing Akiras early, as it will give you 2 small shipyards to build the Akiras from. But generally this strategy is slightly better for Mason, since his smaller ships are much better than Reasoner's. A quick overview to what's going to be happening is, much like the last time, we're going to be grabbing our Starfleet Engineering, putting down our storage dock, building a shipyard, grabbing chassis level 1 and building the other storage dock. Once that is complete, we're going to grab both of our construction ships, and this time we're going to be a bit cheeky and move them towards here. By the way, I forgot to mention the map we are playing on is Early Bird, so there is a Dilitium expansion here, here, here and here. These are the Tritanium expansions. So we'll be going ahead and grabbing that central Dilithium moon to the top, and that is to protect our Tritanium. Over here we could grab the bottom one, but that leaves our Tritanium exposed, and the quickest way to punish someone who is grabbing a forward expansion with a single moon is to attack the other resource they are not getting, which will 99% of the time be Tritanium, as people like to grab Dilithium early. It is also the most used resource in fleet operations. So after we have our second shipyard and our storage dock operational up here, we're going to send one of our construction ships back and use it over here to build Starfleet Science and Starfleet Command. With the other one we're going to build a turret, a defensive platform at our expansion, and if our expansion isn't getting raided too much, we might bring the other ship back as well and send this one off to grab our Tritanium, which is important because we will need more than 1 moon of Tritanium in the long run. Well, that's about it. Let's see if my cousin is ready to begin. Right, we're going to grab Mason for this one. Set our scout to yellow alert. Begin building Starfleet Engineering. And storage dock, queue up for Mandrill miners. That is not necessary. Wrong button there. And let's see what he is doing. He's scouting us. He needs to watch out because he's ramming his scout into our starbase again, which we will punish by taking it away from him again, just like the last game. Oh no, its engines are gone, which means that once we get our shipyard operational, we will have to tractor beam it back. Right, building our first shipyard, grabbing chassis level 1. He's doing pretty much the same thing, though I'm missing his second constructor. There it is. Let's recruit the starbase. Our fleet composition this game will be 2 Monsoons, 1 Intrepid, because the defensive value increase for small ships that Admiral Mason gives is really good for Monsoons. It means that a swarm of Monsoons can be very deadly. And I have lost Akiras to swarms of Monsoons. Right, let's fix this up a little bit. But we do want a few of our of Intrepids in there, just so it's easier for us to take down shipyards should opportunity arise. He is going for a mix of Intrepids and Monsoons, and we over here are expanding to that middle moon, which should be somewhere up here. We can maybe see it if we... oh no, we cannot, because it's too far to the north. Okay, let's see. Looks like he might be doing the same thing as us. We are going to check that, going to check his expansion to see if anything interesting is happening there. And there's our moon. Actually, let's build it a bit south, just so we don't end up pushing the mining station too far away from the moon. Make sure that this mining station is saturated. By the way, if you notice that I'm always placing my rally points, my shipyard rally points above the shipyards. Interesting. That is because Federation shipyards, ships will always enter them from the north, which means that if you set the rally point north of the shipyard, it means that the ship can now will automatically position itself to enter the shipyard and repair. And it looks like, yes, the cousin is over there expanding. We're gonna do the same thing with this shipyard, and we're going to send the construction ship back while we order this one to build a platform over here. Right, let's keep an eye. Let's hide this scout a little bit just so he doesn't immediately come and kill it. Ah, he has built another scout. Good job. So he now knows, he will now see our monsoons going up, but we will not attack him immediately. We're going to fly here and wait for this monsoon to pop out and use that one. With this one we're going to go grab our expansion, our Tritanium expansion rather. He's not being careful and he has lost another scout. Right, let's see what his fleet composition is. Monsoon and an Intrepid. And another Intrepid coming out very soon. We might be able to poke at him for a bit, get a kill on one of his miners, especially if it docks with the station. Okay. Let's send that Intrepid over there to the top. Let's actually rally point to this shipyard so our ships group up immediately. Oh, hello constructor. This is an opportunity, but I think I will still go for the mandrill. High movement autonomy so ships run into the range. Right, let us upgrade this for now. And I thought I had sent you towards the Tritanium moon. Oh no, he managed to get it into Shipyard. It's okay, let's peel back for now. Peel back, pull back. And he seems to be expanding to the top right, which means we're going to grab our ships as soon as they're repaired. Let's queue up some more so our shipyard does not idle. With the amount of ships he's getting, I am going to grab another platform and then move down. I don't think we need more than a single platform. Meanwhile, he's still producing the same ships, yes. He's not grabbing any upgrades. Let's move to the right. These ships are staying here. If you have a fleet of 5 or 6 ships like he does right now, it is usually a good idea to try and poke around with them and raid. This is one of his mistakes, and it's a mistake that beginners like to make, is be very defensive with their ships. He will now definitely lose this constructor. His fleet is moving out. Oh, it's angry at the scout. Let's see if we can bring him home. And we're going to definitely kill his expansion over there. Now what I'm going to do over here is see if he's grabbed this expansion. Send the ship down. Oh, he has left. He has left us alone. It would have been nice to get that kill, but we're never catching it now. So let's retarget. I don't think this is not a battle you want to be in. 3 ships versus 8. He's going to lose this Intrepid for it, and we're going to send our Monsoon back to repair. He has not captured this expansion yet, so let's take it for ourselves. And meanwhile, back in the base, let's begin taking up towards our Starfleet command. As you see over here, we've scared him off, which means that he will have to decommission this now or lose it. And if you definitely cannot defend a station, you must go and decommission it. Otherwise, your opponent is getting free experience. He's totally forgot about his ships over here. I do apologize if you hear that. The dog is scratching on the door, trying to get out. But it'll have to wait. Okay. That's a loss of investment. Now he is raiding us back, but we are ready for that. We will be ready for that with two pulse turrets as well as a Monsoon. We should be able to defend this. The Mason's pulse turrets are pretty good and are definitely worthwhile. Oh, he is raiding. Right, let's press K, which means search and destroy, which means our fleet will automatically follow. We will now research proximity torpedo. And this once again, his fleet got caught out over here, which means he should have immediately retreated back to his shipyard to repair. He's now losing Monsoons for this. And yes, he does have another Monsoon, another small fleet over here, but since he has now broken off his attack, we can go and reinforce. No. We are losing an Intrepid, but that's not a problem. His losses have been far greater. And we're not even going to lose the Intrepid. Now in this case I'm not pressing K because the ships behind here are too far out of range and they would fly in the other direction. Proximity torpedo is ready. He is expanding again. This is good. He is not giving up his expansions. Neither should you. Always try to expand. Perhaps the opponent is not looking. And we now have enough resources to build ourselves a Starfleet command. Something I forgot to mention. This strategy is better against 1v1 Romulans if the opponent is going for Levol's rush, just because Levol's really hard counter warpins. So building warpins is basically suicide if you're playing against Levol's. Levol's are equipped with single stage energy conduits, which gives them bonus damage against medium range. They are short range, which means that Ambassador will do slightly less damage against them or take slightly more damage. I am not sure. Let's check. Yes, it'll do slightly less damage against them. The Ambassador also has some high density shield generators. And one thing that's important to note, Excelsior 1s get also have autonomous defense AI, the same as Intrepids, which means they take 25% more damage from support ships and 60% and do 60% less damage to them. Let's see, still building the same ships. With the amount of dilithium we have rolling in, we could go for bigger chassis. That would not be bad. And we have a veteran Intrepid. Still building this. Now against this fleet his losses were too great, so against this fleet he has basically lost already. Now we can't kill his shipyard yet, because the shipyard is I mean, not shipyard, I apologize, starbase, because the starbase is simply too well defended, but we can definitely annihilate his fleet now. And I can hear his starbase, which means one of our ships is not doing what it should. Right, let's go for his shipyard now, so he can't repair. As you can see, the Tricobalt torpedo is excellent against structures, but it will miss the small ships. Now we have our Starfleet command. Let us send in the warpins as the final nail in the coffin, as well as let us produce the Eurody yard here for Excelsior 2s, which Mason does have decent Excelsiors. We got a Galaxy class, which means we can't really engage his shipyard yet. His starbase, yes. Now this fleet of small ships is very mobile, which is why I've set my warpins to level to second control group. You do not have enough dilithium. It's because you're too slow. And let's send the ships over here, and we'll segregate them later. We'll now proceed to kill his expansion, and when the next warping cycle comes, we will use the experimental support once again to kill him. Okay, let's snipe this. Oh, he has ordered an upgrade, but too late. The firepower is too great. We'll engage Type 3 torpedoes, because they're better against small ships. Overall, they increase the chance of Galaxy hitting something with its torpedoes, as torpedoes do have a 40% hit chance against small ships. And this will not help him. Oops, not Remorse. Remorse aren't bad ships, just one thing to watch out for them is their point defense does cause these things in multiplayer games. Right, we will send you and you over here before we forget. Note, when you're attacking structures like this, set your ships to high movement autonomy, because high movement autonomy means that they will clump up together, while low movement autonomy means that they will try to attack the structure from where they are standing right now. So low movement autonomy is a lot better when you're attempting to bombard a structure with long range or artillery range ships. But when you're just trying to pile on a structure with small ships, just like this, it is better to go and use low movement autonomy. Just be careful for your ships not to wander into starbase or defensive line fire, because they can do that on high movement autonomy. As for medium movement autonomy, I'm not exactly sure what its advantages over low and high movement autonomy. I think this is his surrender. Let's give him a GG, because it's now definitely just a matter of time. 15 seconds and we can send in the warping. Let's just engage this. I don't think it's necessary. We'll send the descent in anyway, but I don't think it's necessary. Now I'm firing this, but as you can see, like the proxy torps, they do very little damage. He's deconstructing this, trying to get away with this constructor, but unfortunately this is not going to happen. If you're playing Admiral Mason and you get chassis level 2, it's good to mix in a Nova class with either your Intrepids or your Akiras, just because it's passive. The fleet supply gives a massive DPS increase against medium and large ships. Not as massive against small ships, because torpedoes do tend to miss smaller ships. Anyway, that was the game. Thank you for watching, and next time we will be going through the Federation Akira Rush strategy, which is attack rush for Akiras, the very powerful generalist ships that the Federation has. Anyway, thank you for watching. Zweistein out.